Well, Steve Newman joining us tonight. And Steve, we've been talking a lot about red tide. People love to come here for our beaches, but that is not the place to go these days.
Or even downtown Sarasota along the coast. We've both been suffering just from going outside and breathing the air. It really chokes you up.
You can really smell it a few miles inland, even from the area beaches or bays. So.
Well, we had some storms breaking things up and mixing the air around, so maybe that'll help a little bit. But take a look at our tower cam from Lakewood Ranch, and we had some lightning and thunder that kind of messed this up. You're going to see the big flashes here in a couple of minutes. Around 6 o'clock, there's boom, 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 and then we don't get any more pictures. We'll have to fix that overnight. High temperatures across the state today. It was warm, and it felt like 10 degrees warmer than these readings. The heat index was over 100 at many locations. 90 the high at Miami, but because of the rain in the Panhandle, which they've had for 3 days in a row, much cooler up there. Across our viewing area, highs today in the low 90s to just about everywhere. Punta Gorda, the warm spot, with 95. Now let's take a look at current conditions at the airport. Dew point at 72. It's down a little bit. It's still muggy, and the temperature 77. So the storms did cool us off a little bit from the high of the low 90s. 91 the high. Last night's low 76. Just a tiny bit warmer than normal, than average. This is what a sea breeze collision front looks like. It's the moisture coming in from the Atlantic and the Gulf Coast sea breeze coming in and colliding in the interior and producing that solid line of storms. Very impressive. We haven't seen this for a while. We've been getting a southerly flow that shut off that thunderstorm machine engine that goes on in the interior, but boy did it kick in today, and you can see by radar. 3 different areas of storms, one about 4 o'clock, went up north of the Sarasota-Bradenton area into Tampa Bay. Another one was in the interior, and it's this last one that has nailed us along the coast. And boy, it has been producing a lot of lightning. You can see it offshore. Unfortunately, not a lot of rain on land. It mainly missed us unless you were in some of the interior parts watching around Duet especially. And now tonight the storms having just doused Tampa Bay as well. They're beginning to dissipate and move away. How much did it rain? Well, look, this is down south. This is Venice, about 1 1/3 inch between Venice and Inglewood. Northport about 1.7, almost 2 inches. 4.4 in around Myakka State Park, a little east of there. Duet is coming in with the big one. 4 inches of rain, about 4 inches there at Duet, about 1 1/3 inch in West Bradenton. But look, a lot of areas didn't get any rain at all, or if they did, just a few drops. Now let's take a look at the tropics. And the Atlantic water has been cooler than normal. It's been shutting down tropical storm development so far, as have clouds of Saharan dust that have been blowing up. So nothing much going on out in the eastern Atlantic. The Caribbean, you can see, is just about crystal clear. Gulf of Mexico is fine. And out in the Pacific, that is Hurricane Hector, a significant storm that could threaten Hawaii. Now here's our futurecast through tonight, tomorrow, showing another round of storms developing tomorrow afternoon, another collision front moving offshore, and that pattern will last right on into the weekend. Here's my forecast for the rest of tonight. It's going to be much more calm as a result of these storms moving along. 75 with the overnight temperature, with light winds now behind the storms. And tomorrow will be a partly sunny morning, turning to a 60% chance or 50% chance of afternoon storms, high 91, but the heat index to 101. Here's your 7-day showing the 40 to 50% chance of storms during the afternoon and evening hours, not the morning anymore, that last in the early part of next week. Me have one break. Jacqueline.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve.